wondered how seemingly when you hear war stories, there's those people who are able to shoot people out of a moving vehicle or shoot down a helicopter with simply a gun? It's because of a little thing called a precision guided firearm, or PGFs. They're long range rifle systems designed to improve the accuracy of shooting targets at an extended range through target tracking. It's similar to that of a missile lock on in fighter jet technology. In 2008, the Exacto program began under DARPA to develop a fire and forget smart sniper rifle. The results showed the bullet altered course to correct its path to the target. Essentially, a self-guided bullet that could track a target illuminated via laser designation. This could hit targets up to a distance of 10 kilometers, or 6.2 miles. In 2019, Israel developed a smash handheld version of this, also known as a dagger, made by the Smart Shooter company. The British forces signed a $4.6 million contract to purchase Israeli smash shooter rifle attachments, and by 2024, the USA and India had also agreed to contract. The cost of these, like per bullet and per firearm, is so substantial that it's not worth it really at all. Because it has technology such as target acquisition, computerized firing solution calculation involving range and multivariable ballistic computation, streaming video via Wi-Fi server allowing another user to see the live feed from the system, shot recording and transference to other media applications, automatic zero adjustment, and interface with smartphones, tablets, and software applications. They are most commonly used in safaris and other wildlife hunting. Oftentimes those are PGFs that you'll have a safari guide on, because imagine, think about trying to hit a lion or a cheetah that's running at you. And that was something I found interesting. I never even thought about that. Anyways, something I found interesting. Till next time. Have you ever been running around in a first-person shooter, and you just wonder, how does he know where I'm at all times? Well, usually it's because of the radar or something. What if I told you that was a real-life device that's being developed by the U.S. military? The Integrated Visual Augmented System, or the IVAS, is a headset being developed by Microsoft for the U.S. Army. It is intended to improve situational awareness by overlaying sensor imagery and other information on the soldier's field of view. Basically, it could do all sorts of things. It could really have a radar. It could overlap real world geographical data mixed with the enemy's position. It could literally have a radar. It also, of course, comes with thermal imaging and night vision. Allows with the radio data from soldiers' individual IVAS headsets to be passed among members of the company. And many have cited the applicable use for training scenarios with this technology. It could simulate a real a lifelike battle environment without any of the dangers. And then in 2021, over 40,000 sets were issued. Later in March of that same year, Microsoft had planned to manufacture at least 120,000 more of the units for the Army's close combat force. This contract was worth up to $21 billion. Yeah, just a cool little virtual reality headset that I found that the U.S. Army has been using. It looks super sick. I'll have it up on the screen a few times, obviously. But this one, so far, overall, is a pretty good thing, I'd say. If it can be used to test, make testing safer, and overall improve performance, I think it's a good thing. Anyways, till next time, thank you guys for watching. The U.S. Navy has a railgun. I'm not joking. A railgun is a linear motor device typically designed as a weapon that uses electromagnetic force to launch high-velocity projectiles. The projectile normally does not contain explosives, however it does not need to, instead relying on the projectile's high kinetic energy to inflict damage. The railgun uses a pair of parallel rail-shaped conductors. Along which a sliding projectile called an amateur is accelerated by the electromagnetic effects of a current. And then, yeah, they test fired it at a United States Naval Center in January 2008, and pieces of projectile sheared off during launch and ignited it midair, causing this to happen. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Till next time. I don't know about you, but if you ever played Call of Duty Black Ops, one of my least favorite score streaks is the Guardian system. And I'll tell you right now, unfortunately, that thing is a real device that exists in the real world. Known as the Active Denial System, it is a non-lethal directed energy weapon developed by the U.S. military designed for area denial. Informally, the weapon has been called a heat ray, since it works by heating the surface of targets such as the skin of human beings. This weapon was actually deployed in 2020. This weapon was actually deployed in 2010 by the United States military in the Afghanistan war, but it was withdrawn before ever seeing combat. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department announced its use of the technology to control incarcerated people in its detention centers in August 20th, 2010, stating its intent to use it as an operational evaluation. As of 2014, the ADS was only a vehicle-mounted weapon. There have been new recent reports of Russia and China developing their own handheld versions of the active denial system. The primary producer of this is Raytheon. So, the primary mechanism in which this works is, it's similar principle into a microwave oven. It works by firing a high-powered beam of 95 gigahertz waves at a target. Corresponds to a wavelength of 3.2 millimeters. This excites the water and fat molecules in the skin, instantly heating them via dielectric heating. This can cause second-degree surface burns. The surface temperature of the target will continue to rise so long as the beam is applied. Their pain threshold within 3 seconds, and none can endure more than 5. That's fucking terrifying. There was a guy, actually, who managed to build one of these. Thank God he never got to use it. I believe it was in New York. I'll have it up on screen if I've managed to find the case. But he planned on mounting it in the back of his van. And basically, he hated Muslims. Basically, he was going to go around and kill Muslims. It was insane. Anyways, till next time, you guys for watching. I'm sure we've all played Halo or some other sort of space sci-fi fighting game at some point, where they have those pulse rifles and all sorts of energy weapons. But what if I told you that the United States military actually developed a plasma cannon? The Personal Halting and Stimulation Response Rifle, codenamed Phaser, is a prototype non-lethal laser dazzler developed by the Air Force Research Laboratory's Directed Energy Directorate, U.S. Department of Defense. Its purpose is to temporarily disorient and blind a target. However, blinding laser weapons have been banned under the 1995 UN Protocol on Blinding Laser Weapons, which the United States acceded to on the 21st of January 2009. The phaser, a low-intensity laser, is not prohibited under this regulation, as the blinding effect is intended to be temporary. So basically, it's not a long-term blinding effect, but you know, who's to say they don't just tweak the laser gauge and use a more powerful one when they're not going to get caught, you know? There are documented replicas at the Kirtland Air Force Base, Air Force Research Laboratory of Directed Energy in New Mexico. Why would they tell people that? But, anyways, something I found interesting. Till next time.